You know those people who have a birthday, but somehow they act like nothing special is happening. You walk up to them with a big smile, maybe even a warm hug, and say, "Happy birthday! So what are you doing today?" And they just shrug, almost like you asked them what they had for breakfast and say, "Nothing, really." I've had that exact moment with a close friend more times than I can count. Last year I remembered and she texted me. My reply was just, "Oh yeah, thanks." No excitement, no plans, nothing. We grabbed a beer later, and I spent the whole time asking her about her week, completely sidestepping the fact that it was my day. For the longest time, I thought, I'm just being humble or low maintenance. But the real reasons usually run a lot deeper. Many of us grew up in homes where birthdays weren't really celebrated. Maybe money was tight, my parents were overwhelmed, or emotions simply weren't expressed. A forgotten birthday or a half-hearted happy birthday teaches me as a child early on. Don't get your hopes up, don't make it a big deal, and whatever I do, don't expect too much. That lesson sticks. It becomes a quiet survival strategy. Psychologists often link this to avoidant attachment. I learned to rely only on myself. Celebrating my own birthday feels dangerously close to asking for attention or love. And if love has let me down before, I'd rather not risk it. So I shrink the day into something ordinary. It's safer that way. There's also the personality side. A lot of us are introverts or highly sensitive. The idea of a loud party, everyone staring at me, singing, and all that social pressure feels draining instead of joyful. My nervous system simply prefers peace over performance. What looks like indifference is often just wise self-protection. I once recalled a memory from my childhood that bears directly on this very point. When I was 9, my mom got drunk and completely forgot my birthday. I made myself a sandwich, ate it alone in my room, and decided right then that birthdays were pointless. 30 years later, I still treat them like any other days. But behind that shrug is a little girl who learned that hoping for joy could lead to pain. So I stopped hoping altogether. Of course, not everyone who downplays their birthday is carrying heavy pain. Many of us have done the inner work and simply see through all the cultural hype. We celebrate ourselves quietly and consistently throughout the year, with a good book, a solo hike, or meaningful time with people we love. For us, skipping the whole birthday performance isn't sadness, it's authenticity. But here's the tricky part. Sometimes this "it's just a normal day" attitude becomes a form of self-abandonment. I've noticed that many of us who downplay our birthdays are the same people who remember everyone else's special days. We show up with thoughtful gifts and support, but treat our own day with silence. We've become experts at giving, yet we've forgotten how to receive. And receiving, especially on a day that's meant for you, requires vulnerability. Research shows that people who avoid celebrating themselves often score lower on self-compassion. We can be incredibly kind to others, but very harsh with ourselves. Our birthday becomes an uncomfortable mirror. If we make it special, we have to admit that we matter. And admitting that can stir up old wounds. So what do you do if someone you care about is like this? Don't force a big celebration. Don't guilt them. But don't pretend the day doesn't exist either. A small, low-pressure gesture usually feels best. Their favorite meal, a heartfelt message, a quiet walk together, or simply saying, "I'm really glad you're here." No fireworks needed. Many of us secretly appreciate it more than we let on. Maybe this year you try something small, just for yourself. Not a party, not a performance, just a quiet acknowledgement that you're allowed to matter on this day too. Buy the cake you actually want. Take the afternoon off. Write down a few things you're proud of. Little acts like that can slowly rewrite those old stories. Because the truth is, the people who treat their birthdays like normal days are often the most giving, steady, and thoughtful people around. We've learned to live without needing fanfare. But they still deserve to know, gently and without pressure, that we're worth a little fanfare too. Not because the calendar demands it, but because we matter every single day, including this one.